You know,
it would be like if Del Shannon was up there just holding a Raggedy Ann doll.
Well, let's not forget that the puppet spent about 8 days in a tank of water.
Did anybody tell you had to go up and do this puppet show when the puppet wasn't ready? Did any of us think it was a good idea?
No.
Or did you practice this with the band? Who, by the way, did a great job. I will say that for Crankshaft. They did a wonderful job.
Crankcase.
Yeah. And I love our hot bi chicks dancing in cages. That was wonderful. One of them gets a little too carried away. Yells out rape. I'm not going to say who that was. But she takes the idea of a girl rapist. I'll just say her name rhymes with Frenchie.
The thing is, I don't, feel... I've seen American Graffiti. That's where I first fell in love with the song Runaway by Del Shannon. Mm-hmm. And I feel, I had on my iPod for the entire week leading up to the performance.
Right.
I didn't really feel like a rehearsal was necessary. And I felt that we had a strong number.
How would you go to a dead mic? Why would that happen?
What the thing was, it seemed like they turned up their guitars and drums a little bit. That's
to 11.
Yeah, it seemed like they...
I know Sheepy says his pants was shaking.
Well, and I felt like the vocals were pretty strong. It couldn't be heard. But remember, also, you guys were on the other side of the bar. People who were close to the band, I think, heard a good performance of Del Shannon's Runaway.
Wouldn't an entire room have to hear a song? I mean, everybody heard all the Crankcase songs.
Everybody said to me all night, nobody was worse than Dave.
Yeah. Well, that's technical stuff that I can't get into. I'm not a professional musician, but...
there's an on button, right?
Yeah, I think...
Do you walk around your house in the dark?
No.
Or do you have to bring in a technical person to flip that switch for you?
Well, maybe if Mars was there, I could have,
So this is Mars' fault.
No.
I kept hearing you were afraid to touch the mic because your stupid puppet was so dripping, soaking, gross wet that you were going to get electrocuted.
They did warn me not to have the puppet and the mic, and so that was a problem because I couldn't get close to the microphone.
Why not dry off the puppet? Why not have a puppet? Why? You're not a puppeteer. This isn't a puppet act. It's an embarrassment.
Well, the puppet was singing the chorus. So.
Okay, but why, on the other hand, too, did you go paying your tip money with Chinese fire money, whatever the hell it's called?
That was a mistake. That was an innocent mistake. Bobo was handing out fake money that night, and I, occasionally 3 or 4 times tried to tip the bartender with the fake money.
Why? Karavis was being really nice to us. John Karavis treated us very well that night.
It looked...
So why try to screw his bartender?
It looked very real. It looked very real, so... That was my mistake. I'll take full responsibility for that.
He treated us well, or he made out like a bandit, Fez? Which did he do?
I think a little of both.
It was a good night. In retrospect, the amount of White Russians, I can't apologize for having a White Russian or two, but maybe I could have slowed it down a little bit. Yeah. They were going down a little too easy, and at first I thought...
You shouldn't have had any.
Because they were going down so easy, I thought, I'm not sure there's any alcohol in here. So I would get another one, and I would try and drink it, and it would go down real easy. And I'd say, I'm not sure.
You ended this song making out with this puppet.
Yeah, that was one of the more embarrassing moments. But I just wanted to express my feelings for my puppet.
And then you lost him. Now he's gone, right?
I was glad I did.
All right, so what kind of things have you got about the puppet?
I have a folder in there.
I'll bring it in here. This is where we do the show.
Yeah, okay.
Now, you were there, Fezzy, when this happened?
Yeah, what happened was I was upstairs at Karavis getting something to eat.
And then what happened, Fez?
Yeah, and then he went looking for his puppet and couldn't find it, Eastside Dave. And he came back up. Next thing you know, he had Bri down there looking for his puppet. And I said, and I figured he had just misplaced it.
Yeah, let me take a look at this. This is, the master of puppets claims that he sold this. So, at the end of the night, this is what you find. Where your puppet used to be, there's a sign here that says, no payoff, no puppet.
Yeah, that was just the first clue that I had, that possibly some, trouble had occurred.
Now, this came to you by email, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's a very bizarre thing. Here they are. Here's a picture of your puppet which looks like two Al-Qaeda guys have it. The puppet himself is gagged, and a little kid is part of this, or that's another puppet, I can't tell. And they even have that day's Daily News, so you know this isn't some old puppet picture from before.
Yeah, he's holding a knife up to Roberto's throat. Roberto's, in addition to being blindfolded, he's duct taped, which I don't know why.
Now, I know that little kid wasn't at the party. I can't tell who the other puppet thief is.
Yeah, one of the puppet insurgents in this photo. They're sitting on like a little kid's playhouse, too, or something.
Can we get this online? Can we get these pictures online?
Sure.
Have you sent these to Mikey Boy yet?
I will send them as soon as the break happens.
Now, are you behind this, Dave? Is this a way of keeping yourself?
This
swear
is
to Jesus as a Catholic?
To swear to Jesus and all of my relatives and all the saints in heaven that I am not behind this. It's very depressing, actually, and you know, the things that Roberto's been through, I can only imagine. And
that's with you.
And I'm just going to say this right now: if you to Master of Puppets, if you hurt one hair on his head, okay, blood will be spilled.
How smart. He's trying to show that he's a human right now. How smart of him to do that.
No, but seriously, it is my puppet. I mean, could I have him back even if he doesn't...
Well, it says no pay. Are you willing to pay for him?
Yes.
How much?
$20.
So you're going to actually pay somebody to steal your puppet. That's basically what you're doing.
No, I really want him back. $20. That's
no, but let me get this straight. Yeah. Let's say you think of this as somebody in your family.
Okay.
All right, let's suppose someone grabs someone in your family, right?
Yeah.
Pulled them away, threw them in the trunk of a car, tied them up and abused them. You're going to hand that person $20? Thank you. Here's a little tip for you.
I would probably be willing to pay upwards of $1,600.
Why would you pay anybody to abuse your stuff or your family?
When they know you'll be so drunk again at some point, they could just lift him up one more time.
Even if they don't, even for one time only, someone's going to take your property and now you're going to tip them?
I have to, Ron. How else am I going to get him back? Let's think about this here.
Detective work, my friend. There weren't, it was a fairly closed party. There's got to be some way that you can figure out who these guys are. Obviously, don't follow the little kid. He wasn't there. There's other person. Has got to be somebody that was at that party.
At first, I thought it could have been Alki, small child.
All right, I don't want to give away names, but Alki was every bit as drunk as you.
Yeah, it's not him, too.
I don't think he could have pulled anything off like that night.
Because he doesn't remember anything that happened?
No, I'm looking at the body type of this gentleman, who, no offense, he just seems a little thinner than Alki's. Man's very wiry. And the child is too young to be one of Solaris' kids, so...
Do not focus on the child.
I think the child is really the whole clue to the mystery, because...
Well, the good thing here is you can tell they're in the suburbs.
Yeah.
So it's a nice getaway weekend.
It looks New Jersey to me.
In this one shot of Roberto's being forced to wear a Red Sox cap.
Right, that threw me for a loop.
I didn't even notice that.
I was wondering, is he from Massachusetts or something? But then I thought, no.
Or is he in Massachusetts?
Well, that's your favorite team, the Sox.
That's why he did it, because he knows I despise the Red Sox. The Yankees rule. The thing is, he would not be in Massachusetts because no one from Massachusetts would buy the New York Daily News. They would buy the Boston Herald or something like that.
Here is Mike. Mike, you're on Fez.
Hey, man, I just wanted to tell Dave I'll add $50 to the ransom, man, to help him out.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
All right, $50 is
70.
in.
We're up to 70.
Here's Father Nick. You're on Fez.
How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah.
It's Ron and Fez?
Yes, it is.
Hi. This is Father Nikolai. I spoke with you about Christmas this year.
How are you?
I'd like to make an offer of $100 for the return the puppet to me and declare whoever took me a saint.
Thank you very much. All right, so people are chucking in some money for you and your puppet.
And from a priest, that's a humongous compliment. So, yeah, that's $170 that will be going to the Roberto Ransom Charity Fund.
I just don't understand why you would pay somebody for taking something of yours. I'd rather I'd rather use that money to hunt these people down and take them out.
Maybe I could turn it around on them and use the money as a bounty. You know what I mean?
I don't understand why, if this puppet's so important to you, you just leave him laying around somewhere on women's jackets where he could be taken.
Because you're so drunk on White Russians like a schoolgirl. Because you can't handle your liquor.
He needs his independence sometimes. You know, we hang around pretty much 24/7. I thought it'd be good to meet other people.
Larry, you're on Run Fez.
I say you guys need to put up an offer to leave Dave out in the field somewhere tied up and taped up, and then make a switch for Roberto.
All right, thank you very much.
I wouldn't be opposed to sacrificing myself for that. As long as he's back, safe and sound, I don't want any pieces of him cut off. That's what I'm really worried about.
Why not put that idea out there, then? Wouldn't that be the smartest thing for you to do?
There's something a puppet napper probably never thought of, Dave.
Yeah, if you start to cut off pieces, I will start to give you more money.
I just was, I don't want to be getting a puppet toe sent in the mail.
Matt, you're on Run Fez.
Good morning, buddies. Dave, you're not American, man.
No?
We do not negotiate with known terrorists.
Thank you. That is the point I'm trying to make. Why are you saying, if somebody does something horrible to me, I will hand them money? I don't understand it.
Well, maybe I will rethink it, but for now, the ransom stays. Mike and Father Nick have already...
All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. We got somebody on here that claims to be the master of puppets, the person who stole your puppet, which I believe could be your partner.
No, I work alone. The only partner I have goes by the name of Little Roberto.
You swear that this isn't a bit of yours to try to get on the air?
Swear to God, on the Holy Bible, 3 times over, all the saints, my eyes, and the functioning of my penis, that this is not a bit.
All right, so he claims he's not behind it. Somebody stole Jackie Puppet the other night, and we have got to find out who did it.
Roberto.
Huh?
Roberto. His name.
Who?
The puppet?
What'd I call him?
Oh, you said something about Jackie Puppet.
Oh, yeah, it's the first time this act got done. All right, here is, and he did use the code word. All right. Master of Puppets.
Yes, Dave. Ron, how you doing?
Yeah. Where's the theme
no,
music,
I have nothing to do with Dave. I would want nothing to do with Dave.
Okay.
Do you recognize this voice at all, Dave?
No, I don't. Not at all.
How do we know that you have Roberto?
What can I do? I mean, the other name I gave on the email was Evad.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Dave.
That is right.
Yeah.
Dave backwards. Are you using a...
You're the right one, aren't you?
Thank you for cracking the code, Eastside.
Yeah, but did you think of this? If you send a piece of Roberto, we'll know it's really you.
Please don't, Master.
What more damage can I do to this puppet?
Are you using a...
cracked?
Are you using a voice disguiser by any chance?
Boy, he certainly knows Roberto. He described him perfect.
Why would I use a voice disguiser, Dave?
All right, what is it that you want from Dave?
Well, Dave just doesn't understand what no payoff, no puppet meant.
Right.
Being a fan of the show, it's just frustrating that he goes into things and they go nowhere. He opens his mouth from the start of a sentence to the end. It'll make absolutely no sense.
Right.
Maybe I'm just a higher intelligent creature than you.
That's part. You just made his fucking case. That's
There's
crazy.
Not a chance of that. But with the David Blaine thing, he had a beginning that was incredible. He got the stupid puppet next to David Blaine, took pictures. None of us expected anything like that to happen. Next day, even some more happened. But by the end, it was forgotten. Nothing was done at all. So I just want Dave to do a bit with a payoff, and I would return his puppet, but the bit I had in mind can't do because he slacked off at Karavis and doesn't have the Tupperware. I was going to have him try to hold his breath for 2 minutes, and if he did it, I'd bring in the puppet. But now I got to get more creative.
You mean me?
Yes.
Hold my breath?
Yes, you.
He's trying to get you to do a bit that has a payoff.
I'll gladly do that for Roberto.
Mikey D, has the stuff, so you don't have it.
Because you put your work off on Mikey D yet again.
So
I have a tank in here. I have the backup tank. Seriously, I have the backup tank.
Let me see the backup tank.
Fitz is getting it.
Thank God for
Fitz
Fitz.
is getting it.
Fitz and Mikey D.
Master of Puppets.